Hi friends, it is that time of the month. We're gonna be choosing books for November using our TBR fish tank. And if you hear purring at all during this video, I hope you'll forgive Egg for being very loud today. She's purring like crazy. But before I pick these books, I have to add more prompts in. I've been keeping a list and I now have 163 more prompts that I need to put in this jar. So give me one quick second. Let me write all these down on my little slips and I'll be right back. Hi, my camera is charging right now. I just finished writing all of these new things down. I added more. There's probably like 215 new prompts in here. So now I have to fold all these up and put them back in the jar. That took like 3 hours because I also stopped to eat some beans, but that took like 3 hours. So I'm gonna fucking fold for the next, I don't know, 45 hours. So I'll see you when I'm done to actually pull choices for books for the month. Goodbye. Okay, finally I'm done. Can you see all those guys? We're gonna put those into the jar now and then choose some books. If my calculations are correct, I should have close to 600 prompts in here now. Oh no, they're falling. So it's a really good thing that I have such a big jar. I would hate if I had a teeny tiny jar and I like couldn't mix things up properly, or if I tried to mix it but it was so full I could never get to the bottom ones. I wanted something where I had access to everything, and now I have access to everything. So I'm gonna mix this up really well. Oh my god, it's so much more full now. How many am I choosing? See, I don't know. This is kind of dangerous that I'm doing this month anyways, because my schedule is so full of books that I need to read for certain videos. So I'm going to attempt to fill these prompts with the books that I need to read, because I don't have a whole lot of time outside of that. So there's a probability, just like every other time I've done this, that these books don't all get read, but we're doing it for fun anyways. Let's just do the first one. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that, but it says 3.2 rating. This is one of the ones I just put in. I need to find a book that has very specifically a 3.2. Oh, a 3.2? Wow, that's so low. Why did I put that in? A 3.2 star rating on Goodreads? Oh my god. Why would I do this to myself? Oh no. Okay, so let me see if any of the books that I need to read this month have a 3.2. Why am I so bright right now? I'm gonna see if any of the books that I need to read specifically have a 3.2 stars on Goodreads. Okay, none of the books that I need to read have a 3.2, so I'm gonna need to go to the shelf I have on Goodreads that contains all of the books that I own. Okay, average rating. I'm not gonna show you this part because it's gonna give some stuff away for future videos, so you're just gonna have to trust me on this. What lands in the 3.2 range? Okay, I have options. I have exactly 6 options. Idle Grounds, Holiday Country, Cursed Bread, Ghost Lover, Mistress of Lies, and The City of Stardust. And actually, this one's pretty easy for me. Hold on. So the first book that I'm going to hopefully be reading for the month of November is Idle Grounds by Christelle Bamford. This is a 2025 release. Only like 1,200 people have rated it on Goodreads so far, and I didn't realize that it was at a 3.2. Oh, and this is a 3.2 exactly. So I'm fulfilling the prompt very specifically. This is about a family with a bunch of kids playing at a party in the 1980s. They go exploring in the woods and one of the kids gets lost, but I guess the grown-ups are too stupid and preoccupied and unconcerned to go look for the kids, or the missing kid at least. And so the kids have to go search for the other child themselves in this creepy wood that's around the property. And from what I've heard, this is a very like fever dreamy mind what the is going on kind of book. So I am excited for it. Where can I place you? There we go. Is that good? Yeah, that's my pile. So that is one book so far that I could not fit with something on my actual list. If I make it to 5 books and still haven't been able to fit anything from the list of books that I need to read on here, I'm cutting it off at 5. Next up is author whose name starts with a T. Is that any of the ones I need to read? No, it is not. Great. We're doing a great job so far. Author whose name starts with a T. Let me go grab a few. Okay, I grabbed 3 possibilities, but I think I already know what it is I'm gonna do. First, I have Swimming in the Dark by Thomas Jedrowski, which seems to be kind of like a more political Call Me By Your Name. We're in Poland in the 1980s and 2 Two boys fall in love. They're confronted by the scrutiny, intolerance, and corruption of life under the party, and they must decide how they will survive, and in their different choices they find themselves torn apart. That sounds sad. I also brought out Strange the Dreamer. I know that I am so late to the game with this, but I have not read it, but it's a little bit chunky and I would want to read the second book right after, so I don't think I'm going to do that either. For anything that I can't make work with one of the books that I have on my list of shit that I actually need to read, I'm going to be choosing the smallest book possible. And so for author that starts with T, I have Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh, which is about 100 pages. So this gives me the best possible chance of actually getting to it this month in the midst of all the other things that I actually have to read. So this list might wind up being like just a whole bunch of novellas. There's a wild man who lives in the deep quiet of Green Hollow and he listens to the wood. Oh, another about the wood. Tobias, tethered to the forest, does not dwell on his past life, but he lives a perfectly unremarkable existence with his cottage, his cat, and his dryads. When Green Hollow Hall acquires a handsome, intensely curious new owner in Henry Silver, everything changes. Gay? Gay! Everything changes. Old secrets better left buried are dug up, and Tobias is forced to reckon with his troubled past, both the green magic of the woods and the dark things that rest in its heart. This sounds awesome, actually. Maybe the theme of the month is creepy woods that we have to have an adventure within. And there we go. I think Idle Grounds is also only like 120 pages or something. So far, I am giving myself the best chance at actually getting to these books in the month of November. Cross your fingers for me. Okay, for option number 3. Not option, book. For book number 3. Oh, there are so many in here now. This feels so good. And we have a recommendation from a subscriber. A recommendation from a subscriber. Oh! Okay, I can do something for my list. A recommendation from a subscriber. What better recommendation than a book that a subscriber so kindly gifted to me? And that is Landlocked in Foreign Skin by Drew Huff, which was so kindly gifted to me by Jason. And I know for a fact that I'll be getting to this book in November because it is, in fact, already on the docket for a video that's coming very, very soon, actually. Oh, what's it about? That's right. This feels like it's another fever dream-y book. There's some kind of creature on a foreign planet who has been stolen from the ocean. Maybe it's a mermaid type of creature, but it's been stolen by humans that are being led by an insane young heiress, Dame Isabel. So this creature is stuck on the ship in a female human form and pulled into a toxic codependent relationship. When Isabel reveals she will never let the creature go, even if they find what they're looking for, the fisherman knows it's time to get violent. So far we have 2 books set in the woods and also 2 gay books. I'm not mad about that. What is that? 3. Okay, 3 so far. Fourth up is a book that's set somewhere I have not been. That's pretty easy. There's another slip in here that says it's set in a place that I have been, which is slightly more difficult because it means that I have to choose something in the real world. Someplace I haven't been, that's a lot of fucking places. And guess what? I, again, can put one from the list onto here. Because guess what? I have never been to Arrakis. I've never been to Arrakis, believe it or not. This book is a source of shame for me. I read the first book, Dune, a year and a half ago when I very first started this channel, and I wanted to get to this right away. I have put it on TBR lists. I've put it on year lists. I have failed. I have failed myself in every single way, but guess what? This month, I'm not able to fail. I have a video in the second half of the month where I need to read this book. It is required of me. And so therefore, it is once again on a TBR of mine, but listen to my words, this will be the last time you ever see it on a TBR because I will be reading it. And I will be ridding myself of the shame that I feel and have felt for some time. Oh. If you don't know what Dune is, I don't know how to help you. I feel like I don't have to explain this one. Blue cover. Ah, f***, I could have used that for the blue cover. Blue cover. Oh, guys, we're f***ing doing it. I can use blue cover for another book that I have to read this month. Give me 1 second. I will, in fact, be reading Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell this month. And if you look closely, You might be able to tell what one of the reading vlogs I have coming out in a few weeks will be, but Hamnet is about Shakespeare's family, basically. Shakespeare's youngest son dies. Oh wait, that's not on the back. How do I know that? Oh wait, yes it is. Shakespeare's youngest son dies and then Shakespeare's career takes off. This is about Shakespeare's wife and his whole family and the trials and tribulations that they have to go through. I've heard I might cry during this, and here's a little hint for you. I need to read this before November 26th. So there we go. Okay, because I was able to get 3 books so far from my list on here, I'll do 2 more. I'll do 2 more. I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. Maybe this is stupid. Oh my god, that's a punishment prompt. This is the first time I've ever pulled a punishment prompt. Yeah, okay, throwing caution to the wind. Oh no, oh god, oh no. Should I just, should I scrap this part and pretend like it never happened? Oh dear god. Can you see that? Scroll Goodreads and read the first 1 star that I see. That is nowhere near the worst punishment prompt that I could have gotten. Absolutely nowhere near it. I'm gonna screen record, I guess, and see what the first 1 star that I see that anyone has given anything. By the way, it's the first 1 star I see that is a book that I own. Nothing so far. 5, 5, 5. Oh, come on guys, you need to hate things more. Oh no, what do I do? 5, 4, 5, 4, 4. Alright, just hold tight. I'll let you know when we find one. 2. This feels impossible. Okay, I'm gonna go for 30 more seconds, and if nothing comes up still, I'm gonna figure out a different way to do this. Okay, it's been 30 more seconds. There are no 1 stars here. I'm going to refresh Goodreads, and whoever comes up at the top, whoever the first person that I follow that comes up at the top, I'm gonna go to their profile and I'm gonna look through every book that they've rated. I'll sort it by the ratings and I'll look at all their 1 stars. So that's what we're doing now here. Refresh. Hurry up, Goodreads. Ellen. Booktuber Ellen is the first person that came up. Let's see, read. Let's sort it by her rating. Show me books you've given 1 star. None so far. Oh, yeah, there is one. There is one that I own. Okay, hold on. So the book that Ellen rated 1 star that I own that's on my TBR is We Spread by Ian Reid. I can't even remember what this book is about. Oh, I hope you guys will be behind me on this decision. I'm gonna give myself a pass for this one, actually. This is about old age and dementia. It is apparently a horror story that has to do with growing older, dementia, Alzheimer's, that kind of stuff. I lost my grandmother about 6 weeks ago to complications with Alzheimer's and dementia. So I actually will not be reading this book this month. I'm gonna give that some time and space before I read anything that has to do with anything like that. So that was all for nothing. Let's pull 1 more book. Wow, I got out of my punishment. I got out of the punishment prompt thanks to my grandma, technically. This is gonna be the last one. We're taking too much time already. Final one. Wait, hold on. Where did these come from? Did these fall out? I picked 1 up and 2 fell out at me. So we're gonna open them all up and choose one. And choose one. This is what it is. My grandma just sent me a sign. That's what this was. 2024 release. Main character's name starts with a B. Oh my god. Or a free spot. The last one is a free spot. And what we're gonna do is say thank you to my recently passed grandmother because she just sent me a free spot. And that's how I'm gonna choose to interpret what just happened. And for the free spot, I'm gonna choose obviously something else that's on the list of things I will already have to read for the month. And that will be Cathedral of the Drowned by Nathan Ballingrud. This is a sequel to Crypt of the Moon Spider, which I read last year, I think, and I loved it. Again, a series of novellas. And I'm not going to tell you about the follow-up, obviously, but I'll tell you about Crypt of the Moon Spider because I do think that more people should be reading it. Here's the cover. There is a woman who has a shitty husband. Her shitty husband thinks that because she has a touch of depression, it means she's crazy. And so he brings her to a mental health facility on the moon where she is supposed to undergo a surgery where they open up her brain, they take out the bad depressed parts, and they use ancient moon spider webbing and shove it in there to make all the bad parts good again. And then like chaos happens from there. So that's pretty much what Crypt of the Moon Spider is about. I loved it. So now I'm reading the follow-up, like today, tomorrow, hopefully, to remind you of what just happened in case this was too long or too boring, or I blacked out. I don't remember anything that's happened over the last like 45 minutes, but I chose Idle Grounds. No, wait, hold on. Which one was this for? Wait, which one was this for? Oh, I chose Idle Grounds for 3.2 rating. I pulled author's first or last name starts with a T, and I chose Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh. I pulled recommendation from a subscriber, and I chose Landlocked in Foreign Skin by Drew Huff. I pulled Set Somewhere You Have Never Been, and I've never been to Arrakis, so I chose Dune Messiah by Frank Herbert. I pulled out Blue Cover, and so I chose Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. And I chose a free space, which was sent to me by my grandmother. And so I chose Cathedral of the Drowned by Nathan Ballingrud. So thank you for being here with me for whatever just transpired. I'm gonna watch the video back as I'm editing. I'm not gonna know anything that happened. I told you, I blacked out. I don't remember anything that just happened during filming. But this is what we came away with. What are your guesses as to whether I'm gonna get through these? Let's see. Oh, you know what? 4 of those I already have to read. 4 of these will absolutely be read. Who knows whether or not I'll be able to get to Idle Grounds or Silver in the Wood. But we'll see. We'll all see. That's it for today. If you can hear me, if you can read the subtitles, thank you for being here. This was supposed to be a fast one. Hopefully it was a fast one. I hope you're having a wonderful November so far. I hope you had a great Halloween. My hair is clearly still pink. It'll be pink for a few more weeks, I think. That's it. Love you. Bye. Where did it go? Huh? Where are you? Huh? Where's my book? Huh? I hate it when I'm watching other people's videos. I shouldn't say that. Why can't you talk today? I chose recommendation from a subscriber.